I have an appointment with Dr. Wright. There's something I need to know. How soon into a pregnancy can a paternity test be performed?
Who are you talking to?
Dr. Wright's office?
About a paternity test for an unborn baby?
Yes.
Why?
So why did Clark attack you in the first place?
Because I was blackmailing him.
With what?
I found out he used to go by another name. Bennett Thompson.
How'd you know that Clark used to be Bennett Thompson?
Watch where you're going!
What is the matter with you? Watch where you're going. I think I'm developing a bruise.
You'll live.
Kelly, I have wedding photos to consider. How's it gonna look if I'm gazing at Dorian with a black eye? Is it swelling? I feel like it's swelling.
Find a mirror and you'll see you're fine.
Do you know where to take these after I finish signing them?
Yes, records room, 250B.
That's it. You know what? I'm gonna draw you a map, though. Wouldn't want my new assistant to fall through the cracks and never to be seen again. Okay, when you go out my door, hang a left.
Uh-oh. I don't know who she is, but if she sticks around, you can kiss Paul goodbye.
So, Langston, is this young man going to be escorting you to the wedding?
I'm in.
Well, good. Go home, get into a suit.
Lang, we need to talk.
Really? What's there to talk about? I mean, I'm sure that you're just as thrilled as I am that Langston is moving on from that dreadful, vile Robert Ford.
All right, let's not talk about that, please.
Okay, but this young man, on the contrary, shows up here, actually comes to the door, mingles with your family, unlike, once again, that vile Robert Ford.
You know, it's funny because James is Ford's brother.
Clark already tried to kill me once. How do I know that if I blow his cover, he won't try to finish me off?
Give me something I can use, and he won't be able to get to you. Did you know Clark as Bennett Thompson before you came to Landview? Hey, come on, man. Help me get this guy off the street.
I'm so glad we didn't postpone the wedding, although we have to share our wedding day with Dorian and David.
Blair, I don't even care.
I do.
There were so many days before where I thought I'm gonna be a bachelor forever. Never thought I'd meet the right woman, but now that I have, I can't wait to see what married life is like.
I never met Clark when he was Bennett Thompson. And he never came out and admitted that he went by that name.
How'd you know about this other identity?
I had an affair with his wife.
This whole section here is under construction, so you have to go up one flight over to the west staircase, down.
I love it. You've never even met the woman and already you're predicting disaster.
Well, have you looked at her? The raven hair, the come-hither eyes, the come-hither body.
Okay. He's hired her as his assistant and they're working together. That's it, David.
Oh, right. Uncle Clint hired an assistant too, didn't he? And then before you knew it, she became Mrs. Clint Buchanan.
Okay, that was different.
Whatever you say, Ma.
Oh, but please don't call me that.
Look, I'm just trying to keep my family intact.
Okay, we're gonna be just fine. Bo and I are gonna be just fine.
So you think. And then the calls start. The I'm gonna be late calls.
Come on, take off the blinders. They're already pretty cozy in there. Oh, she'll put on a good act for you, believe me. She'll chum up to you about Pa. She'll admire your career. She'll compliment your appearance. Heck, she'll probably even tell you you're a great wife and mother. But if you don't make him fire her, you are sitting on a powder keg waiting to blow. Tick-tock, tick-tock,
Okay,
tick-tock.
first of all, powder kegs, they don't have timers.
It's more like a fuse, isn't it?
David, you need to have give your father a little more credit. I mean, his head is not going to turn over some pretty, very young face.
Oh, thanks, Star. Did you really need to do that? I was just telling the truth. Well, I didn't mean to upset you.
No, it's perfectly all right if this young man is indeed Robert Ford's brother. Then I ought to know. Now that I look at you, I do see the resemblance. Langston, I need to have a word with you.
No, you don't. James is nothing like his brother.
James almost got Star killed.
Dorian, can I have a word with you, please?
All right.
Thank you. Okay.
Wait, Star. Where are you going?
Look, I'll see you at the wedding. Or not.
Is that what you wanted? To make sure that Langston didn't have a date to the wedding?
I don't want Langston to get hurt.
No worries, Twinkle. I'm not the hurting kind.
Don't think you can fool me. You're only going out with this boy so that you can make his brother jealous.
It was a few years ago in L.A. I had just gotten out of film school.
So you met this woman in L.A.?
That's where Clark was living at the time, under the name Thompson.
But if you never met him, how do you know that Eli Clark and Bennett Thompson are the same person?
You're not asking for a paternity test for our baby, are you?
All right, you sleep with your fiance, right? We were one time, barely even that.
Right. Right, there's barely any chance this baby could be yours. No.
Whose baby are you asking about?
Her name was Olivia, and she loved hooking up at their house. There were pictures of her husband in every room. All 20 rooms, actually.
So when Clark was in L.A., he had a lot of money?
No, the money came from Olivia. The woman was loaded.
You know, it's strange to think of you as never being married before. I mean, I wish I could say the same for me.
Well, I'm looking forward to the benefits of your experience.
Well, I'm gonna do things differently this time, that's for sure.
Oh, you've got that right. This marriage will be like nothing you've ever experienced before.
Are you still in touch with Olivia Thompson by any chance?
No, she ended it out of the blue. Disappeared.
What do you mean disappeared?
Well, I called, left messages, tried to track her down, and I couldn't. I even went to their house.
Were you scared if Eli answered the door?
No, I didn't care about that. But the place was deserted. It was like she vanished off the face of the earth.
I'll tell you, one thing I never thought you were was naive, but if you let Pa spend time with Senorita's secretary in there, my marriage is going to last longer than yours.
Your marriage.
Oh yeah, Dorian and I are getting married, didn't you hear? So I don't have much time, but I will do what I can, I promise.
David? Dorian? My daughter-in-law?
Hello.
Hi.
I'd like a little FaceTime with my Pa.
Oh, I didn't realize you had another son.
Neither did I for a long time. But here, good luck. Find a 250B.
Okay, I'm gonna need it. This is the worst map I've ever seen.
I don't like that.
Come on.
No wonder she doesn't know you have another son. There's not a single snapshot of me in here anywhere. I tell you what, I'll get you an 11 by 17 from the wedding album. We'll put it right there on the wall.
Are you getting married?
Yes, I am.
Well, I hope it's not to that hooker that you left stranded at the Garret. Man, I don't think she is bride material.
No. She's just one step on the long and winding road to Dorian Lord.
Very funny.
It's not a joke.
Wait, you're marrying Dorian?
You don't approve?
Well, if I didn't. Would that stop you?
You're on my case for trying to make someone jealous? What have you been doing with David for months? We're not talking about me, we're talking about you. You're using Robert Ford's brother to get him back.
Why can't I just want to go out with him? I mean, James is a really nice guy. He's nice, smart, funny, hot. I mean...
He's Robert Ford's brother. Think. That's the man who used you and then threw you aside. How do you know that trait doesn't run in the family?
It's one date, and I'm keeping it, whether you like it or not.
So how'd you meet Clark's wife?
Well, like I said, I was in L.A. film school.
John, I need you. What's he doing here?
Police business, not now, Kelly.
You should really see
Yes,
this.
I know. Take a seat. I'll be with you in a moment. You were talking about how you met Clark's wife.
Yeah, well, one of my film school buddies got me invited to this opening at an art gallery. Olivia was a collector. Gorgeous, sexy as hell. We got to talking about this picture, and before I knew it, we were back at their place, lying on some very high thread count sheets.
Did she talk about Clark that night?
Yeah, you mean Bennett Thompson?
Right, Bennett Thompson.
Yeah. She talked about him too much. How great it was when they first met. And then it turned out that all he wanted was her money.
Well, let me talk to the boss. I'll call you right back. It's our realtor. They're dying to know what our decision is about that house.
Well, do you think maybe it's just a little too pricey?
It's a great investment, Blair. Especially in this economy.
It's beautiful, but is it too big a house?
It's the ideal location.
I'm sorry
to interrupt you two, but could I borrow your bride for just a moment?
What for?
Langston, she's still carrying a torch for that dreadful Robert Ford. Come on, I need your help. It'll only take a minute.
Take as much time as you need. I don't like that Robert Ford character. He's no good for our Langston. Or anyone else.
A big story, a huge scandal. This guy...
Famous?
Yeah.
Who?
I can't tell you. You're gonna have to read about that in the paper. But the story is that his fiancée might be pregnant with someone else's child.
And Todd wants you to find out if it's true?
Well, Todd wants to sell newspapers, but I, however, still have some journalistic integrity, and I just want to find out the truth for my own peace of mind, you know?
Yeah. I know just what you mean.
So when you met Clark here, you recognized him as the man in the photos in Olivia's house. When was that?
Well, David Vickers decided that he wanted a piece of my internet reality series, so we got this lawyer involved. The guy introduced himself as Elijah Clark, but I knew him to really be Bennett Thompson. I tried to call him out on it, but he denied it. And I said I'd go to the DA, the commissioner. That's when I knew he had something to hide.
And was willing to pay to keep you quiet.
Yeah. Listen, I was really desperate for some cash to get my brother away from our dad.
So you decided to blackmail him and almost ended up dead.
Yeah, and Clark said if I talked, he'd go after my brother too.
Hey there. We weren't formally introduced. I'm Eli Clark. Something the matter?
Hey, did John tell you why we need cops standing outside our door?
Not really, but it has something to do with Hannah.
Hannah? Did she break out of St. Anne's or something? Is she coming after us?
You're not serious, right?
She's messed up, Cole.
Yeah, and she's also innocent. Look, it's true. She didn't do any of those things that you or your father accused her of. Not one.
Did John tell you himself that Hannah was innocent?
Not in those words, but he's still in the middle of an investigation. But he made it very obvious that Hannah wasn't the one that pushed my mom down the stairs.
Oh, great. So as far as you're concerned, she's done nothing wrong?
Look, I didn't say that. Okay, but Hannah didn't go after my mom, and I'm pretty sure she didn't attack Ford either.
Okay, well, she still lied through her teeth. She almost had my dad convicted of a crime that he didn't even commit, and she had you convinced that I was sleeping with James. If you think that I'm just gonna let her off the hook, forget about it. She tried everything in her power to try to break us up, and she almost succeeded.
Star.
What?
Star, I'm not asking you to forgive her for that.
Okay, then tell me one thing. If she didn't push your mom down the stairs, and if she didn't attack Ford, then who did?
I think you know my brother.
Oh, really? Who's your brother?
Robert Ford.
Oh, I bet you Bobby told you I was bad news, didn't he?
Matter of fact, he did.
You saw what that man did to Langston, and now she wants to date his brother.
Who is nothing like him. Okay, brothers can be completely different. They're not like exact replicas. Look at Ross and Eli.
Well, they're the exception rather than the rule.
Ross could go ballistic. Eli's calm, cool, and collected.
Yeah. See, Dorian?
But I'm not finished. It's not the fact that they're brothers that bothers me. It's the fact that that boy in there carjacked my daughter, took her on the run, and almost had her killed.
Is that a trick question?
Not really. You want my blessing with Dorian. I want to know what would happen if you didn't get it. Would you marry her anyway?
Would I lose my inheritance?
That is not an answer, David.
By God, I love her. So yes, I'd marry her whether you approved or not.
Good.
Good. That a thumbs up?
Not really. I just wanted to make sure that you love her, because that's all that counts.
Well, I hope that means you'll be my best man.
I'm so pleased to meet you.
Oh, it's nice to meet you, too. My husband has been going on and on. Can't say enough nice things about his brand new assistant.
Oh, I can't say enough about him. The commissioner not only gave me a job, he gave me a new lease on life. He's helped me with some family issues. Is he always so generous?
She'll chum up to you about Paul.
He is a great guy. I'm lucky to have him.
Yes. Oh, he's lucky to have you, too. I hear that you are one of the best DAs in the country. You're tough, but fair, which is always a good combination.
She'll admire your career.
My son goes to school with your son. And Nate tells me that Matthew is just as good as they get.
Heck, she'll probably even tell you you're a great wife and mother.
That man in there, that can't possibly be your son, right? I mean, you don't look nearly old enough to be his mother.
She'll compliment your appearance.
No, he's not my son, no. But your son, Nate, is he your only child?
Thanks. All right, son will be assigned to your brother. Clark won't be able to get to him.
I'd feel better if he was behind bars.
He would have been. You hadn't lied to us. If you'd come in to us sooner.
I'm here now, okay? I've told you all I can.
But you can't tell us where Olivia Thompson is, can you?
I told you, I have no idea. She disappeared without a trace.
And you didn't think to go to the police then either?
I figured she ran because Thompson found out she'd been cheating, and I didn't want to make things worse for her by going to the cops.
Oh, you were trying to protect her?
Yeah, and myself too, okay? I admit it. But who knew that somewhere down the line her husband would end up making me look like one of the good guys?
Well, I couldn't sleep last night. I started thumbing through this. I was looking at some of the names you circled.
Oh, well, don't get used to them. I'll probably change my mind 100 times before the baby comes.
I started circling some names, too. But I should get a say, right? Considering the baby is half mine.
I appreciate your protection for my brother. But what about the immunity I asked for?
What about it?
Well, the deal was if I gave you enough to bring Eli in, that I wouldn't be prosecuted for saying Hannah was the one who attacked me. So, did I give you enough, or what?
We'll see.
Well, if I didn't, immunity's not gonna matter. Because I'll be dead, and James might be too.
I've done everything you told me.
Will this get Eli Clark arrested before he marries my cousin?
Carson.
Okay, well, if you don't like that one, there's Parker. Or Rowan.
Interesting.
Well, since we don't know if we're having a boy or a girl, I was trying to pick stuff that was gender neutral.
Oh, well, that explains it.
I noticed you circled more girls' names than boys' names. Is something telling you it's going to be a girl?
No, I haven't had time to play those games yet. It was all so sudden, I haven't really had time to dream.
Yeah, I don't know. Like there's always something in the way.
Do you care about whether it's a boy or a girl?
Of course not.
Yeah, well, who knows? It could be both. Twins do run in my family. Look at me and Natalie.
Right.
Whatever I do have, I want the baby to be just like you. Just like you.
Where'd you get this?
What difference does it make? I got it.
Some pieces. Look at this. Was this some sort of
Who
reconstruction?
gives a damn, John? It's a mugshot of Eli Clark. And if you run the numbers right here on the placard, I bet you will find that he was calling himself by another name when he got busted.
I need to know where you got it.
And you know what? I need to know why Eli Clark got away with murdering my mother. Okay, I broke into Eli's hotel room. That's how I got it. Now, will you get a warrant so this man does not add another victim to his list, please?
When is the wedding?
Today.
Today?
Yeah, we're gonna do a double wedding with Blair and Elijah Clark.
I'm not so sure I can leave work on short notice.
Paul, the last time you were a best man was when Uncle Clint got married to Nora. Don't you want to wash that bad taste out of your mouth? This wedding will do that. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Where's the wedding?
The country club.
The same place you left Dorian standing at the altar.
Yeah, we're gonna power wash our mouths too. Start fresh, right the wrongs of the past, just like you and Nora. Now come on, Paul. I performed that ceremony for you. I stepped in, I saved the day, right?
Yeah, you got a point.
Besides, I really want my pa standing next to me, because you really are the best man.
I'll be there. I will. Congratulations, son.
Besides Nate, I have 2 other sons. They're a little older than he is.
Oh, wow. Well, you and your husband must have your hands full.
Actually, their father and I parted ways years ago.
Oh.
Well, I have to get this filed. It was so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too. Very nice.
Hey, shouldn't you be primping?
I don't primp.
It's a wedding, Ma. The wife of the best man is supposed to be dazzling.
The best who's what?
You and Pa are going to be our most honored guests. So could you do a nice little thing and just write down a few choice words as a toast?
Will I have time with all the primping?
Just a warm welcome for Dorian into the bosom of our extended family. Speaking of bosoms, do not under any circumstances let Pa spend any time with that so-called assistant. You will regret it.
Well, looks like we have a wedding to go to.
Yes. She's going to be our daughter-in-law.
Do you want to go home, start getting dressed? I'll wrap things up with Inez.
Hey, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I need to talk to you both right now.
About what?
Eli Clark.
It's 250.
I think I know why I'm not your brother's favorite person. It's because I represent Hannah O'Connor, right?
She could have killed him.
I know, but she's still entitled to a defense. And legal defense is what I do. I hope you won't hold that against me, too.
All right, young man. We have to finish up this conversation. You abducted my niece, and you got her smack in the middle of a shootout. Now, what do you have to say for yourself?
Mary Lord, the last thing I ever wanted was for Star to get hurt.
That notwithstanding, Star's mother and I are agreed you're not to get within shouting distance of another Kramer woman. Is that understood? Not today, not ever.
John didn't say who attacked Ford or pushed my mom. All I know is that it was not Hannah.
Okay.
Okay? Okay, you don't want to talk about it, or okay, you believe me?
No, I believe you, and I'm sorry. I just never wanted to fight about Hannah ever again.
Hey, me neither.
Okay, good. Because we don't have time to argue right now.
All right, what's going on?
We have a wedding to go to. 2 weddings, actually.
Whose?
Well, my Aunt Dorian is marrying David Vickers, and my mom is marrying Elijah.
No way.
Way.
Okay, well, I don't get it. Is this a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a great thing.
Okay, well, you should be all excited, and you're not. But do we need to talk about Hannah some more?
No. We need to talk about James.
What did James do this time? If that guy came back here
No,
again...
he didn't. He showed up at Aunt Dorian's.
So what, he's like stalking you now?
He was there to see Langston. He wasn't there to see me. He's taking her to the wedding.
Taking her? Like as a date?
Yeah, like that.
Okay, how'd that happen?
Well, it's obvious, isn't it? Langston wants to get a rise out of Ford, and the best way she knows how is to date his little brother.
And if James wants to get a rise out of you, he asked your best friend out. Is that what's happening?
I think so.
Well, is it working?
I am so sorry that I ever put Star in any kind of danger. But I am not sorry that I got to spend that time with her. Because I got to find out where she comes from. She talks about you guys all the time. I mean, she gave me a crash course in Kramer Women 101. And some of the stories were pretty hysterical. Some of them made me really jealous. Because if I had grown up with a family like she has, well, I didn't, obviously. But for a few days, I got to imagine what it would be like to be surrounded by people who love each other. So if you don't want me taking Langston to the wedding, I understand. But I think I could learn a lot just by being around her. So if you think you could give me another chance, I'd really appreciate it.
You got me with jealous of the family.
If you think that you're going out with this boy just to get Ford back, you're making a big mistake. It will backfire, okay?
What the hell is this? Did McBain call you in here?
No, I work here now.
You what?
For Commissioner Buchanan, I'm his assistant. Now, what is going on, Bobby? Are you in trouble?
Don't pretend you care.
Of course I care. Tell me, please.
It's too complicated.
Did you do something?
No, it's not about me. They're using me to get information about somebody else.
Can I help? I can talk to
No, stay the hell out of it. That's what you can do.
Do you even have a lawyer?
I'm supposed to, but the cops are dragging their feet on that one too.
Okay, well then you can at least let me...
No, don't do anything. Just stay the hell out of it. Don't make things worse by pretending you care. I mean it, get out! Just get out of here! Well, I hate to go back to the station, but
Big case. I know. There's no chance I can get a little scoop. There you go.
If you're not going to spill it about the paternity test thing, don't expect any dirt from me.
I wish I could tell you. I wish I could tell you everything.
Me too. But no matter what, I love you, Jess.
I love you too.
And then we realized Bennett Thompson wasn't Clark's only alias.
Take a look at this.
Do we know what name he was using during this arrest?
I'm not sure yet. I have Price looking at the booking numbers.
Still need official confirmation that Clark was using an alias.
We almost had it.
But every time Rex and I got close, Eli got there first. He killed a clerk at the Boston Hall of Records to keep him from talking. He killed my mother for the same reason. Because our legal system seems to offer more protection for the criminal than it does for his victims, this maniac is still out there, ready to kill again.
Easy, Tiger. We have a witness who can confirm that Clark and Thompson are the same person.
Who?
Robert Ford.
You better be good, and I'll see you later.
You're kicking me out on our wedding day.
Come on. I got a few things that I need to take care of, and then I'll be ready to go.
I don't get to find out what those things are?
Can't the bride have a little mystique about her?
Oh, what, after I laid out my entire life for you?
That's Kelly. I just don't know what got into her. I'm so sorry about all of that.
Just whatever it is, I just hope it doesn't resurface between now and I do. Don't want anyone putting ideas in that noggin.
I don't have any ideas. Not one bit. See ya!
Hello, this is Elijah Clark.
Who's calling?
My name is Inez Salinger, and I need a lawyer.
When were you going to tell me you had a witness?
When were you going to give me a chance?
How long before we can get a warrant?
We are working on it.
Well, you know what? We better find it before my cousin ends up married.
That's right. Blair and Eli have a double ceremony today with Dorian and David.
We can't let that happen.
Let John do his job. We don't talk about this to anyone else.
Of course.
Yeah, just start getting ready for the wedding like there's nothing wrong. Last thing I want to do is tip Eli off.
Sorry, we must have gotten cut off earlier. I was calling before because I was wondering when it was safe to get a paternity test during pregnancy. Oh. Okay. Thank you.
You just need to concentrate on keeping you and your brother safe. Don't do anything else you might regret.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm rather booked for the moment, but I'd be happy to give you a referral.
Please, Mr. Clark. My son is being held at the police station and he's done nothing wrong. His name is Robert Ford.
Blair, pick up. Please pick up.
Oh, no way, Kelly. I'm not going to let you ruin my wedding day yet again.
So Hannah O'Connor didn't push Marty down the stairs?
No, and she didn't attack Robert Ford either.
Eli's been busy. How'd he get Hannah to take the fall for him?
He told her that if she didn't confess, he'd hurt Cole.
Does it bother you that James asked Langston out?
What bothers me is that if she is doing this for the wrong reason, she's gonna end up regretting it.
Are you really worried about Langston?
Well, I shouldn't be. Now that Dorian knows that James is Ford's brother, she's not gonna let Langston anywhere near him.
And make sure the florist understands I want something quite small. Take care of that, thank you.
Yes, Mayor Lord.
Okay, so what's the verdict? Do we have your blessing or not?
Not by a long shot.
Dory!
What in the world do you think you're doing?
David, when did you get back?
Just in time to see you stand in the way of young love. How can you do that on a day like today?
Darling, you don't understand.
Oh, but I do. I can see now that the scales have dropped from my eyes. You've shown me what can happen when the heart opens up. How can you do this? On a day like today, the whole world looks different, don't you think?
Yes, you are so right.
So then how can you deny Langston the chance to see what we see? To feel what we feel? To be born on the wings of a dove? Well, not born on the wings of a bird. A baby's too big for that. But to fly like a bird, if that's what fate has in store for Langston, shouldn't she be allowed to find out?
Right again. Okay. But you hurt my daughter, you're a dead man.
That's the best you're going to get from her.
Yeah, let's go.
Thanks.
Baby, have I told you how happy I am?
I think you just did.
Everything's fallen into place, even Pa.
Pa? Bo, what about him?
He's agreed to be my best man.
Oh.
Yeah, that's when Clark forced Hannah to swallow a bottle of pills. He thought that'd be the end of her.
That explains his reaction when I told him that Hannah had survived. I thought he was going to have a stroke.
Is Ford writing up his statement?
Yeah. But Kelly's right about one thing. We need to get that warrant before Clark finds out we're on to him.
I'm sorry, Miss Salinger. Did you say your son's name is Robert Ford?
Yes. And the police are questioning him, not about anything that he did, but they're trying to find some information about someone else. He should have a lawyer. Please.
Mr. Clark, can you help him?
Yes, Miss Salinger, I believe I can.